Let me ask you something today. How many late nights have you spent tweaking your website copy or rewriting that same email, hoping it's good enough to attract the right clients? And while you're doing that, how often do you feel that pang of guilt because your family is waiting for you to unplug? If you're nodding along right now, you're not alone. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to stay this way. So today we're going to dive into 4 copywriting elements that you can't afford to ignore if you want to scale to 7 figures while keeping your family and values front and center. Welcome to 7-Figure Copy, the show where I teach you how to create powerful strategic messaging so you can attract high-paying clients and scale your business to the next level with ease. I'm Gina Whitehouse, your expert conversion copywriter, and this podcast is for ambitious, value-driven female entrepreneurs like you who are ready to scale from 6 to 7 figures without sacrificing what matters most, your values, your time, and your family. In each episode, we'll dive into the art of crafting persuasive words for high-converting websites and sales pages, and you'll learn strategic copy techniques so you attract premium clients and boost your revenue. This podcast was created to help you tackle the challenges of balancing family life and business growth as you take your business to the next level. If you're ready to add a trusted partner to your team, making sure your message is compelling, consistent, and impactful, then you're in the right place. Welcome to 7-Figure Copy. This is the podcast that's going to help you scale your business with high converting messaging and strategic copy. I'm your host, Gina Whitehouse, and today we're diving into 4 fundamental principles of copywriting and strategic messaging that you simply can't ignore if you want to attract premium clients and grow your business to 7 figures. Today, I'm going to share a story with you, and I'm just going to be honest. One of my biggest struggles early in the previous businesses I had before copywriting was really learning how to balance work and family. You see, I have this ability to be laser focused. It can be a very good thing, and it can also be a very not so good thing. I get tunnel vision. And when I'm in that zone, unfortunately, everything fades into the background. Now, I'm sure you can probably relate, especially when you're trying to grow your business and feel like there's always one more thing that needs to get done, right? Well, in my family life, this really translated into me putting all my time and energy into building my business. We'd sit down as a family to watch TV in the evenings, but I'd be on the couch with my laptop. Have you done that? I bet you have. And after my kids went to bed, I'd be right back at my desk checking for emails or trying to get ahead on a project. And I told myself, oh, this is just temporary. I just need to do this really quick before I go to bed, whatever. That I just needed to push a little harder to reach that next milestone. But here's the thing. Every 6 months or so, my husband would actually sit me down and take me to the side and tell me the same thing. And he would say, Gina, we need to talk. I feel like I'm not getting enough of your attention. And I hated hearing that, I hated it because really he was right. And I knew it. I knew it deep down, but it's hard to hear, and I would just get frustrated with myself for letting things slip and really for not succeeding in this area of my life. So over time, I realized that my tunnel vision on my business was really causing me to ignore the very reason I was working so hard in the first place, right? Which is my family. That's why I'm working hard. So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? Maybe you're in that same spot. Maybe you're staying up late, tweaking your website copy, reworking email sequences. Hello, I've done that many, many times. Or you're just staying up late, brainstorming how to bring in more clients. Perhaps like me, you're telling yourself that it's just temporary, that you just have to do this now, that you just need to hit your next goal. And once you get there, things will settle down. But here's the thing, there's always another goal, right? And if you keep ignoring what matters most, which is your family and your personal time and really your sanity, something will eventually give. So this is where I had to learn 2 critical lessons. And first, I had to learn how to delegate. I had to learn that I couldn't do it all and that trying to do it all was really costing me too much. And second, I realized that the words on my website and my marketing platforms and my sales pages, that they should really be the last thing that was keeping me staying up at night and keeping me worrying. I needed to be confident that my copy was doing its job, which is to drive sales, attract clients, and really support my business so I could focus on what truly mattered, which is my family. So that's why today we're talking about the 4 copywriting and strategic messaging principles that you can't ignore if you want to scale your business while keeping your family as your number 1 priority. You see, these principles will help you ensure your messaging is working as hard as you are, so you can stop worrying about the words on your website and start focusing more on the people who matter most. right, are you ready? Let's dive into these 4 principles of copywriting and strategic messaging. I want you to think of each of these as a mini checklist. Each one of these will increase the effectiveness of your copy and messaging, and when you use these together, they really create a powerful foundation for marketing that works. Okay, so the first principle I have for you today is that your copy should be clear over catchy. Hear that, clear over catchy. We've all seen those clever taglines or quirky phrases that make us think, oh, well, like that's cute, but what does it even mean, right? Your audience doesn't have time or even want to decode your message. They need to understand in an instant what you're offering and really how it benefits them. For example, instead of saying something vague like elevate your game, like what's the game, right? Say instead, I help female entrepreneurs scale to 7 figures without sacrificing their family or values. Do you see that that's specific? It's clear and it immediately tells them what they will gain. I have another example for you. So here are 2 different headlines and I'm going to read them to you and just think, which one do you prefer? The first one is uncover the secrets to a dreamy birth experience. And the second one is your journey to a pain-free birth and joy-filled postpartum starts here. My question to you right now is, which is more clear? I believe the second headline is much more clear than the first. Why? Because it directly communicates the benefit and the transformation that the audience can expect. The first headline doesn't fully address specific outcomes. Instead, it's very vague. The first headline might be intriguing and it's playful, and it might appeal to a person's sense of curiosity, but really, come on, ask yourself, what is a dreamy birth experience? What does that mean? It might grab the attention of someone, but it doesn't clearly state, the tangible benefit or the outcome that the target audience will achieve. Instead, it just leaves them guessing about what's actually being offered. And you do not want to leave anyone guessing, you guys. Really, you don't. You just don't want someone to read something on your website and say, well, really, like, what's that? So think about this. The second headline, which says, your journey to a pain-free birth and joy-filled postpartum starts here. And it's specific, right? It clearly highlights 2 key benefits, which are a pain-free birth and a joy-filled postpartum. And this is what that target audience likely desires. It also uses language that resonates with the target audience's goals and needs, and it really clearly draws in an audience that's ready to take action. So remember that clarity cuts through all the noise. If your audience has to guess what you're offering, then they're just going to move on to someone else who spells it out clearly for them. The next principle that I want to go over is very, very important, and it's that your copy should be customer-centric. So this principle is all about focusing on your customer or client. So when someone lands on your website, they should feel like you're speaking directly to them. Now, too often I see businesses talking about themselves with copy that says things like, we do this, or I've achieved that. But your audience isn't there to learn about you. They're there to see how you can help them, right? So for example, instead of saying, I help clients achieve their goals, I want you to say, you'll achieve your goals faster and with less stress when we work together. Do you see that small tweak? That small tweak makes a huge difference. Here's another example of copy that is not customer-centric. Imagine this is an online business coach, let's say, who works with female entrepreneurs. And her website says, remember, this is the not customer-centric. Her website says, when you work with me, you'll see why I'm an expert at helping women entrepreneurs. I've coached hundreds of women and I know exactly what it takes to grow a business because I've done it myself. Not terrible, not bad, but where is the focus? It's on her, isn't it? She says the words I or I've 5 times. This copy is centered around the coach, right? The online coach and her accomplishments. Now, it's good that she establishes her credibility, but it doesn't clearly articulate how the customer benefits from working with her. Instead, it assumes that the client will make the leap from this person is credible to this person can help me, but it doesn't directly connect to the potential client's specific needs or struggles. Now, compare it to this example. Are you ready to gain the actionable steps you need to break through your business roadblocks and finally reach that next level? In this group program, we'll create a plan tailored to your unique strengths and vision, empowering you to confidently take bold action and drive your business forward together with like-minded entrepreneurs. This copy is all about the client. Do you see that? It's about the client and what they're going to gain. It's about how their challenges will be addressed and the transformation that they can expect. This is customer-centric copy. In fact, the coach doesn't even mention herself once. It's very empowering, I would say, and solution-oriented, and it makes the client the hero of this story. In this copy, words like you, your, and will dominate. It directly involves the customer in the narrative, offering a sense of partnership. Do you see that? Like when you say, we'll work together to do this. We'll give you a tailored plan. You'll get a tailored plan to your unique strengths and vision and so on. And it explicitly addresses the customer's pain points, right? In the copy, we mentioned roadblocks. It addresses their desires, which we said that they're going to reach that next level. And it also addresses the value of the program, which it says in that copy that they're getting a tailored plan, they're getting actionable steps and community support. So it really leaves little doubt about what they'll gain by participating. So here's a quick tip for you. I want you, after you're done listening to this, to go back to your current copy and count how many times you use words like I, me, or my, and compare it to how often you use words like you or your. If it's unbalanced, there's a red flag. I want you to shift your focus to your audience. So go back and try to replace every I, me, or my with you or your. Principle 3 is to use the language of your ideal client. One of the most powerful ways that you can connect with your audience is to use the exact language that they use to describe their struggles, desires, and goals. And listen, this is where the research comes in, and it is not optional. It is critical. You may be asking yourself right now, Gina, how do I capture the language of my ideal client? Well, it's a lot easier than you think. First, I want you to start by interviewing past clients or potential clients. Ask them open-ended questions that get them to talk. Ask them questions like, what challenges were you facing before working with me? Or what would success look like for you now, or 5 or 10 years from now, or 60 days from now? You see, their answers will give you valuable insights into how they think and what they value. Another great tool is surveys. So you can send one to your email list, post it on social media, or just send it directly to your clients or people you think that would be great potential clients or customers. Ask questions about their struggles, what they're looking for in a solution, and what words they would use to describe their ideal outcome. And this is another important one. Don't forget about testimonials. Past clients often share really powerful emotional language in their testimonials, and you can use these unique phrases in your copy. In fact, it will really resonate deeply with your target audience because for many, it's also the words that they're thinking or saying out loud too. So here's an example. If your ideal client says, I feel like I'm drowning in work, in your copy, don't just say, I'll help you manage your time. No, I want you to say something like, I'll help you feel like you're back in control of your time and business so you don't have to feel like you're drowning anymore. See, I used the words that they gave me, whether it was in a survey or when I interviewed them, it was that phrase of they think they're drowning in work, right? So their words are actually your secret weapon in your copy. And great copy is accomplished when research is done. If you don't do the research, you are just leaving so much on the table and your copy could be like 100 times better. So in fact, I tell every one of my clients that if they want the best copy, that I will need to interview their clients and customers. And most of my clients actually opt in for this. And it's really just really the most fun part of my job. It's the fun part of the process because I love hearing how my clients have made a difference in every one of their clients or their customers' lives. Every time I do an interview and I'm done, I just step away and I sit there at my desk and I'm just like, I love my job. It's just so fun to see how my clients are helping others. Okay, last principle, you guys. The last principle, the fourth one, is to weave in pain points and desires into your copy and your messaging. So great copy doesn't just tell your audience what you offer. Instead, it speaks directly to what they want to overcome and what they hope to achieve. This means that you have to highlight both their pain points and their desires in your copy. So for example, let's say you're a health and fitness coach. So instead of saying, I help you get fit, you could say, are you tired of starting and stopping your fitness journey, feeling like you're never going to reach your goals? I'll help you build a personalized plan that fits your busy schedule so you can finally feel strong, confident, and in control of your health. Do you see there that we're speaking to their desires and we're speaking to their pain points, right? The pain point is that they are starting and stopping and they're just going over and over. They feel like they're never going to reach their goals. But then we turn around and we talk about their desires, and that's for them to feel strong and confident in control of their health. So when you speak to both the problem they're facing and the transformation that they're craving, you're going to create an emotional connection that really drives action, and your audience will feel seen, understood, and excited about what's possible. All right, let's quickly recap the 4 principles of high converting copy and messaging. The first one was to be clear over catchy, because clarity cuts through the noise. Second is to always have your copy and messaging be customer-centric. Focus on speaking to them. Focus on saying you instead of saying me. Third is to use the language of your client. So do the research and take their words and use it in your copy. And 4 is to weave in pain points and desires. I want you to connect emotionally and show them the transformation that they're looking for. So here's your challenge for this week. You know, I like to leave you at the end of every episode with an action that you can put in place. So this week, I want you to pick one of these principles and I want you to apply it to a key piece of your messaging. Maybe it's rewriting a headline to make it more clear, or going back through your testimonials to find the language that you can use in your copy. Just take one small step to make your copy more effective. As we're ending here, I have a question for you. And the question is, does your homepage reflect these 4 principles? Does your homepage speak directly to your client's biggest pain points and desires? Ask yourself that. Are you using clear, benefit-focused language that makes your audience feel seen and understood? Or is your copy stuck in that good enough mode, leaving your ideal clients feeling unsure about taking the next step? If you're not sure, it's time to take a closer look. I'd love it for you to download my 7-figure homepage checklist. It's here to help you. This checklist will walk you through the 12 essential copy elements that every homepage needs to attract premium clients. And you'll learn how to make your messaging crystal clear. You'll learn how to focus on your audience's transformation and really create a homepage that inspires action. So go to the show notes, download the checklist, and just spend 10 minutes reviewing your homepage. And with a few small adjustments, you can create messaging that's customer-centric, confident, and ready to scale your business. And don't forget to join me in episode 3. We are going to be going into some mindset principles here. We're actually going to talk about 3 ways that your mindset is sabotaging your copy and how we're going to fix it. So I can't wait to see you there. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of 7-Figure Copy. If you've enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave a 5-star review on your favorite platform and follow me on Instagram for more insights. Can you think of one female entrepreneur or small business owner right now who could benefit from listening to this podcast? Please share this episode with them. And if you're ready to hand off the copy for your website, emails, and sales pages, head over to www.whitehousesm.com to book a complimentary copy chat with me. Let's partner together to take your business to the next level.